everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cookie's Thoughts. Here we have
Rozefuneral.
And here on the channel we have the artist interview. It's exclusively done here at Proven Magic Studios. So we have here the song Wicked Games. The song has already came out already. It's streaming everywhere, but I just wanted to show you guys a 30-second clip of what the song sounds like. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think down below.
Everything feels cold.
So, welcome. How you feeling?
I'm good.
That's good.
I'm good.
Alrighty. So, he recently just came out with a song called Wicked Games. I think you guys should definitely stream it and check it out. It's going to be linked in the description below. And stay tuned. Make sure that you guys are subscribing and checking out the channel and his as well down below. Alrighty. So, now we're going to get into this interview. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So, question number 1. What makes you a talented musician?
Talented musician.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the aspect I try to keep my mind in a place of spiritual awareness. I want to feel what I'm creating, and I feel like that alone separates me from everyone else. I don't try to mimic or I guess follow trends. I'd rather create from who I am, and I feel like that's what really stands out.
Being authentic.
Try, yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, second question. Who are your biggest musical influences? Like, who technically inspired you to get to creating your work?
I say my biggest inspiration has been a lot over the years. There's so many I could go on all day naming, but specifically, I'd say my dad. He was always playing music around the house, and it would be different type of music. Like it wasn't just one or two different genres, like everything was open. And I feel like that's what really stuck with me throughout all the years. Especially when I started getting back into music. I only heard of music. I've only listened to what my parents were playing at the time. But when I had my journey through music and finding new music for myself, I'd say that's when the door opened, and I'm very blessed for it. I appreciate it.
That's wonderful. So, like, what does your work aim to say? Like, what does your music mean to you?
What it means to me, I'd say I want everyone who listened to know that everything, all of it, is from my heart. And I just want to be authentic with the way that I make music. I don't want to push certain things, say certain things that I know aren't true to me. I speak from experience. So yeah, I think that's something that's worth noting.
Those are some wonderful aspects, truthfully. Also, let's see. What is your creative process like? So what gets you in the mood to create a song? Like, what are things that, like, you know, get you in the mood to making a song?
I'd say anything. I find myself having constant melodies in my head, even if like I'm not listening to music at the time. I feel like my life is a melody. I'm just constantly thinking of notes, thinking of new things. And I love that I've been able to grow in that, because I feel like, especially when I first started making music, shout out to you, 2018. Yeah, those things are definitely what I would say, for sure.
So tell me a little bit more about your songwriting approach. So how do you approach it?
I'm very I don't want to say all over the place, but I'm actually quite odd when it comes to my recording. I might find myself listening to something and not recording to it until maybe like a month later. But when I do, I record in pieces. Maybe that day I'll record a whole song. And sometimes I'll just come back to things. Actually, this recent, I'm dropping a new song October 4th. So
keep that date in mind. It's going to be linked below too. So how has your style changed over time in music, or do you consider yourself being in a specific genre?
I don't really care for labels, but I just want everyone who does understand and know what I mean when I say this. Those things don't matter. I know growing up, being raised, listening to everything, diversity is what keeps you going. It constantly keeps you experimenting with new things, new sounds, maybe even working with new artists. And I love it. The creativity, it's constantly evolving and it's constantly changing. So I'd say those people that want to put labels on things, it's fine. I understand. There's no hate. It's all love. But at the end of the day, every creator, every artist in their own passion or form knows that you can be whoever you want to be, and you don't have to be defined by those labels that others put on you. You could break all the boundaries, especially 2024. We're almost going on to 2025 in a couple of months.
Literally 3 months, right?
You know, so yeah. Things are gonna change. Things are always changing. But that's not a bad thing, you know.
Those are some really great things.
I know change is a good thing, you know, because it could change for the better. And, you know, you just...
Evolution?
Yeah, not even evolution, but hope. I know that there's hope in music. We're constantly creating because we have hope that we're gonna find that inspiration. We're gonna find that melody, that tune, so that way we can just give to the world what we have. And I know that alone is a good thing.
And even motivation. I feel like music is such a great way of like therapy, and like a lot of people tend to, you know, go to music for like motivation in the morning, or like even me, for example, like sometimes like when I'm cleaning, I need some music playing in the background to like get me like going, whether it's like rock or like, you know, bachata. It could be anything. I go for a wide variety. I could literally go from like listening to a whole metal thing all the way down to like Disney, anything. So like it's all over the place. But like I just feel like music is such a big part of a lot of people's lives, and especially like looking for like, you know, maybe like a message, because sometimes people look to music to resonate with and to like really feel. And I feel like a lot of your songs do have a lot of it's not momentum, it's the word, there's a word I'm looking for it. It's, you get to connect. It's a word that, you know, people can really connect to your music. I feel like a lot of people, when they listen to your music, it's not even just therapeutic, but like I feel like just the melodies, the rhythm is like very calm. It's very like, it's not melodic. That's not what I'm thinking about. Goodness gracious, the words. It's there. It's on my tongue. Help me out here, somebody. Like, it's just like people can relate to your music. I feel like your music is such a great inspiration in the morning, especially when you're listening to it. It's like it gets you amped up, some of them, and then the other ones are like more like they have a message behind it, and it's just like, I know I resonate with a lot of it. So it's just like, you know, sometimes like I feel like
Appreciate that.
The messages are there. You know what I mean? It's, as long as you hear it over and over, you could like really understand what he's trying to convey. Like, it's not, how do you say it? Goodness gracious. Like, his music is very easy to convey if you actually pay attention. Like, I know a lot of music you can like overlook it, and it could be like, you know, you won't even memorize half of the, like, you know, the words. So like the words, they're very crisp, they're clear, they're how do you say it? Goodness gracious. On point. Let's just say that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. It's on point. But yeah. So another question that kind of leads into that. How have you developed your career?
I want to give a big shout out to Take Flight Society, DJ Jimio, for being the ones that saw the things that I had envisioned, that I had in mind. And to this day, I will forever be grateful for what they've done and just taking a chance in me. I was a young kid, maybe 2019, when I first met. Shout out my guy Ted City, when I first met Ted and Jamio. And ever since I had met these two individuals, my life has been completely different. And I just want to know that you guys know that all these things were definitely things that I'm grateful for. because without that and just my fans and just my team, the individuals I keep around me, those people are the ones that really have helped me to become and navigate my way through this industry. And these guys are dope because they gave the kid a shot. So yeah.
That's pretty well. I wanted to ask you, describe your favorite venue that you performed thus far. Or do you have a favorite?
Favorite venue? Yeah. I definitely enjoyed Valenia Park.
Valenia Park was fun.
Yeah, Valenia Park. My bad, Allentown. I'm from New York. I can't understand. But yeah.
Yeah, that day it was raining. It was a whole vibe. Not only because the stage shut down, the second one, but hold on. The first one, there were still people out, and that day it was like really nice. The sun was shining, and got a little grimy, but it was still light out. Yeah. But it was a vibe. I feel like there was a lot of people around, so like it was a vibe. And then they got him on stage, so I ran over with my tripod, and I was just like, I gotta get this footage. So like. They got him on, because originally, at first, since the other stage closed, he was like, hey, I think it's canceled. I don't know if we're still going to be here or not, but we're just chilling here, I guess. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So we were there. We had a great time. I feel like it was a great performance. Like, I recorded it. He was enjoying himself. He was doing his thing.
Yeah, that day definitely was day to remember. I remember so many things happening, just the constant, just everyday life things popping up, and you're just trying to make the time for all of it, and it's like, and then getting on stage, and then the downpour comes.
It was raining.
Wait, like delay, and then the stage getting propped up and set up again.
And then it was raining again, check. And then we ran under the canopy.
Yeah, but it was dope. It was definitely dope. I enjoyed those real, authentic moments. Those are the things that we live for, just those days that are just like, you couldn't write this yourself. It's just,
But that day was a moment, though. That really was. Like, I feel like everybody was having a good time. There was a lot of food. The kids were playing. And, like, everybody was on the court. I feel like it was just a whole basketball. Yeah, good job, Brianna. Basketball. And, like, whole thing. And they were even mopping it. I don't know if that's like normally a thing, but they were just like, yeah, mopping, like, there was so much water, they were just mopping it away. I'm just like, yeah. Ooh. All right. So
crazy.
We always have the good performances, and we also have the ones that are not so favorite. So my question to you is, how do you handle or what was the worst place you had to perform at? Or you could say, can't say, it's okay. Or have you had a bad experience with performing?
Yeah, so maybe I want to say this was 2023, early 2023, maybe. Last summer, somewhere around there. But, yeah, we got to the venue. Everything's all cool. We're about to go do sound check. I'm over here in my room just prepping, and then as soon as I'm about to go, I get a text like, yo, there's a shooting threat.
Oh.
So long story short, I ended up finding out that it was one of the artists that wanted to open up. And they were trying to pay, but basically what it was they thought that the venue was ripping them off. So when things eventually escalated, that led to the venue getting canceled, and it's like, damn, like I wanted to go, like I wanted to perform, I wanted to do those things, but at the end of the day, safety comes first.
Definitely.
Especially the way that things are right now, like, yeah, those things should be prioritized. I agree that they did shut down, because at first there was just a delay, but then they eventually just
shut the whole thing down and postponed it and canceled it, possibly.
Yeah, so yeah, what a night.
Alrighty. Another question. How do you handle creative blocks?
Honestly, I think time, just giving myself time to just be me. I don't have to rush things. I don't have to rush myself. I don't have to wait for anyone. Those things are, I guess, writer's block would be more giving it time. I'm very odd when it comes to recording. Like I said previously, I could sit there and spend a whole day and I could record an album. But then like I wouldn't drop it.
You leave it in the vault?
Yeah. And some days I'll record pieces, just little notes of poetry, just, I guess, in like music term or hip hop term,
till something sticks.
It would be bars, or
yeah,
like I would write this and then the hook. I might record the hook, and then I might go back and completely change it, record a whole nother hook, and then do it all over again. Like I'll recreate 10 songs with the same instrumental, and then I'll just pick, and I'll have my friends, like one of my close ones, the ones that I know have
that special
in
access.
them to be real with me, to let me know if like dude, this is the one, and like, dude, I think you should wait, maybe change this, maybe go back and rewrite this, say this instead of this.
Yeah, the little constructive criticism.
And I love that. I love learning. I love being able to adapt and understand where they're coming from, the place where they're at, the melody that they hear. Those things are key. I realize,
I think it's important too.
It definitely is, for sure. It definitely is important. I realized that having a second ear, a third ear, those things go a long way. Because you could think this is the greatest song in the world, but you're always gonna have someone that's gonna be real with you.
And be like, hey, I don't think, this should be there, or like, oh, you might have to put some ad-libs or throw some, like, something in there.
Yeah, and those things are important for me, especially as I grow. I know honestly that I can say I've grown a lot since the beginning of my journey, and I'm excited to see where it blossoms.
Same. And to add on to that, I feel like when I first met you, I feel like you taught me a lot as well when it comes to like music making. I feel like I didn't know what ad-libs were. I kind of low-key had to do my own research on what ad-libs were. And not only that, but like adding doubles or certain terminologies I had to learn myself. So learning about those things, like it's like minor critiques, but I think I needed that, you know what I mean? And not only that, but like the creation process, you know what I mean? I feel like even that part is extremely important because, you know, especially like who you're making music with, or like as a producer as well, like being very picky on like who, because, you know, sometimes it's not necessarily easy to find a good producer that understands what path you're going through. And I feel like you have a very creative mindset when it comes to like writing songs, and I think you have a great head when it comes to like creating and like, you know, when to like start here and there. So like I don't think you need too much critiques, but I think you're pretty on point when it comes to those types of things. I feel like I learned a lot from you when it comes to that. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad I was able to do what I could.
But yeah, let's see. We got a few more questions left. Hope I didn't take too much of your time. Let's see. So tell me, what instruments can you play? Even though I already know, but the people kind of want to know.
So I play the guitar. I'm learning piano. Stick with me. just wait on it. Just wait on it. I play the drums. Most people don't know that. I started with the drums first.
I did snare drums. I can relate.
I want to say 5 or 6 when I first started with the drums. And then, believe it or not, I was on the band. I was in the band.
That's pretty cool. Was it the school band?
It's something that I don't really mention, but yeah.
I mean, we all start from somewhere, so that's pretty cool though.
But yeah, at that point in time, I didn't care. I liked what I liked, and
you enjoyed the moment, right?
Yeah, I wanted to, and I knew I was. I wasn't living for second opinions and other people's perception of me. I lived in perspective. I knew at the time that these are things I was passionate about. Honestly, yeah. I know I've been passionate about music almost my entire life. I just never really knew what I could do with it until that point in time in my life came.
Understandable. I feel like we do all go through a lot of stuff in life, so I feel like that's another purpose of why some people create music, and I feel like that also shows in your music as well. So I think it's great that you use music also to like express, because sometimes I use music to express words that I can't really explain verbally. So I feel like music is also another way of communicating, like even like getting a message across, you know? Alrighty, we're down to maybe the last couple questions. How do you define success as an artist?
My definition of success isn't typical get rich and travel all these places, do all these different things, and live your best life. That's not my definition of success. Success for me is being able to show love to the ones who are with me from the beginning. Being real, being genuine, being authentic towards them. I realize there's a lot going on that people really don't like to speak on, but I'm not one to hold back. I don't care. I'd rather speak what I know is the truth rather than say something that's just going to tickle someone's ears.
Right.
You know, so I think those things are important.
Those are really important.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like, you know, making sure that, you know, it gets across the way that you want, and like, you know, making sure that the message is there.
Yeah.
And not only that, but I feel like most music, it could last a lifetime. Like, even generations from now, there's a lot of people that could even listen to the music that we write, and then we don't even know if somebody would rediscover, you know, certain songs that we have already made, and you know, it's like music leaves a legacy. That's what it does.
I want my legacy, I guess if I were to speak on it, to be something more along the lines of being known to love. I feel like love is one of the most important things, especially in the art of creating music. I realize that's why every single artist that makes music, whatever kind of music, it doesn't even have to be singing, it could be, or it could be singing, it could be just a cappella, or it could just be orchestra, someone just playing the flute, someone playing their,
or even a symphony,
tambourines, a symphony, violins. I realize all those things are done in love. They love the passion that they have for it, and that's why they do those things. That's why they continue in it. Most people give up the things that really didn't have a hold over their lives early in their lives, because they realized those weren't things that they were passionate about. They might have done them, but that was only for maybe a trend, or just because that was the end, that was the cool thing to do.
Right.
You know, I realize it's love. We love our passion, we love our art. And when it comes to those things, I realize also with love comes heartbreak and betrayal and denial, sorrow, and
some people do suffer, you know, they experience a lot of pain.
A lot. There's a lot of people suffering, and I think those things should be spoken on. Those are the things that I would define as being successful. If I can be the one to give a helping hand to the ones who are in need, the ones who are down, the one who do but can't.
Like giving a voice.
Yes, I want to be someone that can give someone else a chance. They might not be looked at as the best. They might not have prestige. They might not even understand what the life it takes to live in this kind of economy, in this kind of day and age. They might not know those things. But just because they don't know doesn't mean we should look down on them.
Right.
We should educate. We should educate those that don't understand.
And inform them, and like,
we should let them know. Yeah. We should let them know that they are seen. Just because someone else acts this way towards you or says this, that, or the third, those things don't matter.
And that you're not alone, you are heard, you are seen, and you are definitely validated.
Yeah, those Those things are key.
Alrighty, you ready for the last two questions?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So what have critics / collectors have said about your work that you know of?
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I feed into it myself, but it's because of more of like self-denial thing. I'll like realize I'll get a little prideful, and then I'll have to like be humbled real quick. So I'm like, okay, what people say doesn't matter. None of it matters. If it's not evident, then it's not true.
Right.
And speaking on evident, it's evidence. Having evidence of things that you are saying and accusing of, those things might seem a little tense, and honestly it's heartbreaking, especially when those type of messages are sent from people close to you.
That it hurts the most, huh?
Yeah, you would expect, you desire the ones closest to you to have that same love that you have so confidently. You confidently show it. You confidently, passionately show it.
Right.
But going back to before, just because someone doesn't understand doesn't mean we should look down on them.
Right.
You know, so it's definitely been a journey for me when it comes to just dealing with unwanted attention. I guess it's the best word I can put it. Those things, I realized it's not worth it. It's not worth stressing over, and honestly, I'm doing so much better, and I'm only gonna keep trying to do my best.
And that's really great. And I'm glad that you're doing great things, because, you know, I've been seeing you posting, you know, you've been doing A1, you've been doing what you do. That's
Thank
wonderful. Not me bumping my glasses. Anyway, let's see. Our closing question. What is next for you?
What's next for me? Traveling. I think I'm gonna go see more. I wanna go to Venice. I wanna go to Rome. I wanna go to England. I wanna go to France. I wanna go to the walls of Jerusalem. I wanna go a whole bunch of places. I wanna go see the Grand Canyon. I want to go see the Everglades.
Yes.
I want to see the bayou. I want to see the beach. I want to see sunrises and sunsets on hilltops and in different valleys.
Do you like national parks?
I love parks. Honestly, I really love nature. That's one thing I've been able to grasp in my life. I've always felt a close connection with nature and just the peace of it, the stillness, the way it could just be there, and it's not in 1,000 places.
And feeling grounded, right?
You know, just being stable and just being there in the moment, just being, you know, I admire those things. So, yeah, those things are dope.
Alrighty. So, honestly, those are really good, because I would love to go to Venice and like a lot of places that you've mentioned. I am the same exact way. I love traveling. I like even going out into nature, hiking. I know in the past I went on this one that is called like Hog Mountain. So like usually a lot of like the birds, they go there, and it's like a huge like, you know, cliff part where like a lot of people do like graffiti on it, and you know, it's like, it's nature, but a lot of people go to that spot in particular to take pictures because it has like a whole lot of like graffiti on the thing, and you could just like throw yourself into like the lake and you just have some fun and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is the end of the I Create podcast. Would you like to say anything to the people before we head off?
Just know you can expect a new single October 4th. And I will also have a couple of announcements further down the line. I can't give you a timeline yet, but it's gonna be exciting. So, yeah, guys, I want to say that I love you all. I appreciate everyone who's been supporting me and supportive of me throughout this whole journey of mine, and I'm loving it. As crazy as life is, I'm loving it. So, man, and I want to also let you guys know that you can see me the In the Stars Trailblazer Awards.
Yep, he is nominated for a music performer. Make sure that you guys tune in and check it out. And not only that, but stay tuned for the Inner Stars event. Save the date. The event is also posted in the community board on the YouTube channel. So make sure that you guys are staying tuned and communicating in on that. So thank you guys so much for watching this podcast and to hearing it. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and bye. I'm too short.
Oh, sorry.